Yo, what is good? I'm Michael J. Welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to overcome procrastination and laziness. And the reason why I wanted to do that was because I used to be a big procrastinator. A lot of the clients I work with are very big on procrastination, and just I feel that people in general are just very bad in this particular area, more so because of social media and those kind of quick hits of dopamine that we can get these days from watching a quick video on whatever social media channel that you're on at that particular time. So, what is procrastination? Procrastination is where you know you've got to do something, but you just find it very difficult to do it. Now, you've probably got a task, or you've probably had a task, some kind of project going on that you know you need to get done, but for some reason you just can't do it. And every single time you sit down to do some kind of work related to that particular task or project, and you find yourself fiddling, making yourself a drink. If you're at your desk, you might find yourself just tidying your desk a little bit more, and then you might decide to check your phone just to see what's going on in the world, or you might decide to phone your friend or something like that. You know, all of these things are related to kind of delaying the inevitable, which is actually taking action, and that is what we call procrastination. So before I dig into some techniques to help you in this area, I think it's important for us to look at why we do these things. So the main reason why we procrastinate is because we link taking action to pain. We get something what we call a pain body, and if you've ever kind of needed to do something in the past, like I mentioned before, on a project or a task or something that you've got coming up, some feeling comes within your body and it's kind of linked to a little bit of a pain. Now, this pain is different for everyone because obviously we're all made up differently, our genetics are all different, but for some people it might be something like a shot of adrenaline up the stomach and outside the throat, so you're getting a little bit of a fuzzy feeling in your stomach and then your throat might get a little bit tight. For some people you might feel a little bit sick. Other people you might just feel a little bit uncomfortable and you can't really work out what's going on. So all of these are related to actually doing the work and not wanting to do the work because it's the unknown and it's not related to any kind of pleasure at all. So things that we do are linked to pleasure, obviously things that we want to do and that actually feel good and fun at the particular time. So things like going out with friends, for example, we know it's going to be fun. We know we're going to be talking and having a laugh and, you know, meeting new people when we're out and about. Fun. Again, you might get little feelings of butterflies, like if you're going out for a big night out. I know some people do get butterflies when they go out, but it's more linked to the pleasure sense of the butterflies, not kind of butterflies where you're going into competition or you've got some deadline coming up. That's different. Chilling out at home and you're about to watch a really good film, again, you're going to get endorphins, you're going to get good sensations and pleasures from that. But obviously that's the opposite of actually doing the work, and these pain bodies come and they overtake us and they just switch something in our brain which makes us think, I don't want to do this. So your body just kind of does something to you and then your mind just kind of wants you to switch to something else really quickly. And when you're having fun, time kind of really goes quickly, it flies. You know, when you're on kind of social media or you're watching a film or you're out and about with your friends, you look at your watch and it feels like it's only been an hour, but it's been like 4 or 5 hours and you're like, wow, where the hell has time gone? But when you've got something coming up that you know you have to do that's not really linked to any kind of joy or pleasure, then time goes really, really slowly. So again, your mind's just thinking, what's in it for me here? I'm literally going to be sat down and I'm going to have to do something with very little pleasure. So what we need to do is come up with some techniques to be able to manage that, overcome them feelings, and link pleasure to actually doing work and taking action. So the first technique to help overcome procrastination is to link doing the work and taking action with pleasure. So what can that look like? So you take a look at how your life can change if you're going to take this particular action. So for me, as an example, I'm currently creating a course that I want to sell that's going to hopefully get me some money, which will allow me to get more clients and start working in the areas that I really want to work in life, which is helping people grow in terms of success, spirituality, mindset, whatever that may be. And it will also help me live a more free life because I'm earning money on my own terms. So when I'm ever sat down about to do a particular task or an action or do a bit of work on a particular project, before I move into that task, I will always think, okay, what's going to come if I'm going to complete this particular task? I'm going to be able to be free with my time once I've completed this particular project. It's going to give me more money, which in turn gives me that more freedom with my time, and I can, spend my time doing what I really want to do. It's going to give me enjoyment and fulfillment in being able to create something and know that I've completed something and people are enjoying it and buying it. So just to summarize, link doing the work and taking action to pleasure and not pain, and write a list of things down that you're going to achieve by doing that particular piece of work as in the long term, and always link it back to pleasure and not pain. The second technique to help with procrastination is to link not doing the work with pain. So we're flipping it on its head. So what might that look like? So if you don't do that particular piece of work, task or project that you've got coming up, what is that going to do for you? So for me, I know not doing this particular project that I'm working on means that I could potentially be working for someone else in the near future, which I really, really don't want to happen, because I need to keep my income streams going, which means that if I don't do this particular income stream, it might mean that I need to top up my lifestyle with more money by working for someone else, which is not what I want to do. Also, it means that I'm not going to have as much freedom as I want with my own time. If I'm working on this particular piece of work, I know it's going to give me that time and money eventually when I deliver it. If I don't deliver it, it means that I'm not going to have that, which is not good for me personally, because I value my freedom and my time more than anything. And finally, it just means that I'm not going to have as much enjoyment in life. If I'm not delivering things that I'm said I'm going to deliver, it means that I'm going to be where I've always been all my life, which means that I'm not progressing in life, which means I'm not being successful. And to me, that's a big thing. So I'm just not going to be enjoying life as much. And if I'm working for someone else in a 9-to-5 job, which I know I hate, then again, I'm just not happy. And at the end of the day, as I mentioned before, time and freedom for me is super important, and also my happiness and my fulfillment in life, which comes from doing things on my own terms. Another technique that I use to help overcome procrastination is by having a vision, and creating a vision board around that vision. So what do I mean by that? So for me, for example, I want to be free. I want to be self-employed without having a boss, without having to be at a particular location at a particular time. And so I need to earn a certain amount of money on my own to be self-sustainable. So in terms of a vision board, what do I do to help me there? So I literally create a huge board and I keep it up on my wall to make sure that I've got visuals to see every single day. And those visuals are super, super important because you see them every day. It's a motivator, it's a reminder, and once you see them every day, it actually gets ingrained into your mentality and your consciousness, which means that you're constantly thinking about your vision. Things to include in your vision, for me, for example, so I very much like a property in numerous countries. So one of those is Sicily, which is in Italy, and another one of those is in Barcelona, because I just love those cities. So I have pictures of those cities, or kind of like key landmarks that I've actually seen personally, up on that vision board. I also have apartments that I love, both inside and outside, on that vision board, just as a reminder to show me this is what you want, and it's a visual reminder constantly for me to see. I've also wanted a Rolex watch since I was a kid, because my dad had one when he was younger. My dad isn't here anymore, and so I want to get something that he had when I was a kid, just so to say that, I'm now older, I've kind of got what my dad had, and he's kind of making him proud in some kind of way, and just achieve what my kind of dad has achieved. So I have a picture of a Rolex watch on there as well, and numerous other things. And You know, guys, it's going to be different for everyone. What my mood board's going to look like for my vision is going to be different for you. So just think of everything that you really want in life, and they don't always have to be, you know, material things. It can be happiness, it can be freedom, you know, so you can have pictures of loads of people, you know, talking at a party or something like that, you know, just daily reminders for you to see, for you to aim for, and for it to get ingrained into your subconscious. So now that we've worked out that we need a vision, where we're going, what the end state is, or the end place that we need to be aiming for, we need something to navigate us there. How we do that is by having goals. And an area that a lot of people struggle on is making those goals achievable and realistic. So a lot of mistakes that I see with goals, that people are not specific enough with them, that they're way too vague. So make sure whatever goals that you've got are very specific, and you know what you've got to do to achieve each one. Also, what people get wrong in this area is making those goals either too big or too small. Don't make them small enough so they're only kind of taking you a few minutes, because that's just overkill. Okay, you don't want to have 2 or 3 goals, but you don't want to have a million of them either. You're not going to be very good at this initially, you know, it is going to take time, but as you kind of create these goals and you work towards them, you'll be able to kind of optimize them in terms of time and what's included in each of those goals. Also, make sure that those goals have some kind of logical order to them. You don't want to be kind of picking goals from the end, in the middle, and from the beginning, and just haphazardly just doing things left, right, and center. Have some kind of order to them, logical order, and you'll just progress through them a lot more kind of consistently, and it'll all start making a little bit more sense. So once we have that end vision and we've got those goals, make sure that you're being consistent in working towards those goals. And how we do that is having some kind of structure in our daily routine. Ensure that you're putting a consistent amount of time in working towards those goals on a daily basis. It doesn't mean that you got to work on those every day. It doesn't mean that you've got to work on them 5 hours a day or just 1 hour a day. You know, create your own routine and structure, but make sure that it's realistic and not kind of underdoing it or kind of overdoing it to burn yourself out. For me, when I'm working towards anything, I like to give myself between 1 hour and 3 hours on a particular piece of work on any particular day. So work that out however's best for you around your routine and your life, and make sure you're sticking to it on a consistent basis. And I guarantee within a few months, you'll have achieved more than you've ever done in the past kind of few years. Another technique to help you reduce procrastination is by having a creative working environment for working towards those goals that's going to lead us to that end vision that we spoke about in the last few points. It's super important for you to have an area that you feel some kind of joy by being in. I know some people work better if they're just in some kind of small box room where there's no windows, there's no distractions, but most of the people I speak to, and for me personally, I find it more productive when I'm in an area or an environment that I feel good in or comfortable in. Things to help you with that, and things that I like to have, is I like to have art on the wall that really resonate with me and where I want to be in life. I also have a very tidy work environment. I can't stand it when I've got bits of paper here, there and everywhere and it's messy. That just doesn't help with me productively, and it probably won't help you either. I also like to have plants in the room. I like to have really nice kind of exotic looking cool plants. Again, just building into that environment and that vibe that I like in life in general. And the things that I'm talking about now seem so simple and a bit trivial, but trust me, once you set up an environment that's going to bring out your creativity, and again, it's going to be different for everyone, your productivity will skyrocket. Trust me on that one. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you've taken a lot of value from that once again, and don't overlook this particular area. It's an area that's easily overlooked but it's an area where I find working with my clients, everyone fails in miserably. So take these techniques in this video and tailor them towards your own needs, your own life, and your own vision. And I can guarantee you will not regret it. It will give you the results that you're looking for and reduce that procrastination that I know a lot of people are terrible at. So guys, until next time,